Welcome to today's Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled you're here with us. Today we're going on a bit of a journey. It's a journey that takes us straight from the stress of financial chaos, which we all know too well, to a place of profound spiritual and financial stability. Let's be real, managing finances, it's something that keeps so many of us up at night. But what if I told you that by aligning your money with your core values, you can build a system that not only works effectively, but actually brings you real peace? So let's sit down, look at the blueprint together, and figure this whole thing out.
Here is our roadmap for today. First, why you need a system. 2, principles of Islamic finance. 3, building your financial budget. 4, navigating habits and pitfalls. 5, emergency funds and evaluation. And finally, connecting wealth and spirituality.
Section 1. Why you need a system. Escaping the financial wilderness.
Look, we've all been there, right? Working incredibly hard, yet somehow still living paycheck to paycheck. So where does the money go? I want you to really think about that for a second. Think about those tiny, unnoticed financial leaks in your daily life. Because without a map, money just kind of tends to come and go without making any real dent in your actual life goals.
Okay, let's dive right into this. On one side, without a system, you are highly prone to overspending. You've got no clear control, and achieving your financial goals, it feels like trying to catch the wind. But on the flip side, with a system, your spending becomes incredibly focused. You gain this immense peace of mind when making decisions, and suddenly your goals are actually within reach. A system is literally a roadmap for your money.
And you see, from an Islamic perspective, financial management isn't just about cold, hard efficiency. No, it's about responsibility, it's about balance, and it's about blessings. Every single penny you have is a responsibility that shouldn't just be wasted or neglected. Think of a sound financial system like a giant umbrella. It protects your wealth, giving you stability, all while quietly supporting the broader life goals sitting right underneath it.
Moving on to Section 2, Principles of Islamic Finance, Calibrating Your Compass.
Now, before we look at the hard numbers, we really need to calibrate our moral and spiritual compass. The Quran states, "O children of Adam, wear your finest attire whenever you enter the mosque, and eat and drink, but do not be excessive. Indeed, Allah does not love those who are excessive." This profound guidance from Surah Al-A'raf forms the absolute bedrock of what we're talking about today. It is a foundational stance against extravagance. You are absolutely meant to enjoy life, but excessiveness, that disrupts the entire balance.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core balance of Islamic finance. Managing your wealth is not about some extreme, miserable restriction. It's really about finding harmony through purposeful sharing, taking care of your community, and fulfilling your responsibilities. Put simply, it's wealth with a heart.
So, let's lay out these core introductory principles clearly. You must not be extravagant or wasteful. Equally, you must not be stingy or miserly. You need to strike a real balance between your needs and your wants. You absolutely have to prioritize your responsibilities first. And always set aside resources to share with others. Because honestly, if you skip these principles, the entire mechanical system of budgeting we're about to build, it's going to fail completely.
All right, Section 3, Building Your Financial Budget, Drawing the Map.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how we can take abstract math and turn it into a highly manageable pie. If you aren't sure where to start, here's a powerful general guideline for you. Allocate 50% to your essential expenses, 20% to your savings, 20% to investments, and 10% to charity or zakat. Now, it's just a baseline and you can absolutely adjust it to your specific situation, but seeing it visually proves that your income can indeed be balanced and consistent.
Let's break those categories down rapidly. First, basic needs. Your food, accommodation, transportation, those recurring bills. Next, savings. This is your financial cushion. And hey, here is a pro tip straight from the source material. Set your savings aside in the morning, right away, rather than waiting to see what's left over at night. Then we have investment, to grow your assets. Zakat, which is absolutely crucial in Islamic finance. And finally, personal use for entertainment within reasonable limits.
Using a conceptual savings jar to divide your income like this is the single most practical step you can take. Remember, control doesn't mean tying your hands behind your back with extreme restriction. It simply means putting every single dollar into its proper, purposeful place before you even have the chance to accidentally spend it.
Section 4. Navigating Habits and Pitfalls. Roadblocks on the Journey.
Now, we have to talk about the biggest hazard on this journey, the consumerist lifestyle.
Look, we all know the temptation, right? You buy something just because it's trendy, or you hit checkout on an online cart at 2 a.m. without considering if you actually need any of that stuff. It is so easy in today's world to prioritize status and pretense over actual financial security. But in Islam, this kind of extravagance is actively discouraged because at the end of the day, a simple life is what actually brings you peace of mind.
So, the crucial point is this. Often, financial problems aren't caused by a lack of wealth, but by uncontrolled spending. You simply cannot out-earn bad habits. It's impossible. Small, disciplined, harmonious habits, like distinguishing between needs and wants, making a list before you go shopping, and starting to save early, these are infinitely more meaningful than trying to make massive short-term changes.
Which brings us to Section 5, Emergency Funds and Evaluation, Safety Gear and Maintenance.
Listen closely here. An emergency fund is an absolute necessity. It is quite literally the shock absorber of your financial vehicle. Its entire function is to deal with unexpected situations, to keep you out of crippling debt, and to provide incredible peace of mind for you and your family. Without this safety gear, you're vulnerable. Consistently setting this aside reflects wisdom and a serious commitment to preparing for your future needs.
But remember, a system isn't just something you set and forget. You need regular evaluation. You should be asking yourself these 3 vital questions. Were the targets met? Are the collections on track? And what needs to be improved? Use modern technology to help you out here. There are so many apps out there that simplify record keeping and automate reports. Tracking your cash flow helps you spot those unnoticed leaks we talked about earlier, and it ensures your roadmap stays completely relevant to your actual life.
Finally, Section 6, Connecting Wealth and Spirituality, Arriving at the Destination.
In Islam, finance is intimately, deeply linked to spiritual values. By setting aside wealth for charity, by consciously avoiding prohibited things, and by managing your resources responsibly, you transform routine, everyday budgeting into a genuine act of worship. Adopting this roadmap isn't just some boring accounting chore. It is a deeply fulfilling practice that aligns your daily habits with your highest beliefs.
Which leaves us with this final thought. If your financial system is a direct reflection of your inner values, what is your money saying about you? Take a moment to really contemplate the spiritual weight of your wallet. I genuinely hope this roadmap empowers you to make your money work not just for your worldly goals, but for your ultimate peace of mind. Thank you so much for joining me on today's Explainer. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and I'll catch you next time.